Hello, and welcome to episode 13 of the Little House Knits podcast. My name is Michelle, and this, come on, is Cole. And he wanted to say hello. You can actually use words now.
I know.
I'm just saying they might like to hear you say hello.
Hello.
Hello. All right.
Wait.
Thank you.
Ooh, ooh.
All right, thank you. Make sure you shut that when you go, okay? So it doesn't keep slamming. He's been dying to make an appearance since his brother got to, and God forbid one gets to and the other one doesn't. But like I said, this is episode 13 of the Little House Knits podcast. My name is Michelle, also known as ScullyB on Ravelry, which is where you can find our Ravelry group, Little House Knits Podcast. Please stop in and say hello. Let me know what's going on with you. I would love to hear about it. It's also where you can find the our knit along, the spring along, which is where we are knitting any pattern with spring in the title. If you would love to enter, I would love to see you enter. If you can hear kids, it's because they're right on the other side of this wall, which is pretty paper thin. All right. I'm sorry. Spring Along. So if you'd like to join in, the Spring Along runs from May 1st to June 20th, which is the rest of spring. June 20th is the last day of spring. You can knit any pattern with spring in the title. You can enter as many times as you like with, different projects, not the same project over and over again. That wouldn't really be fair. Yes, you do need to be a member of the group to participate. To win. You can participate, but, if you want to win the prize, you really should be a member of the group. So, and what are you participating? What are you playing for? What are you going to win? Did I put it back here? Yes, it's behind me. You are playing for this lovely gem right here. 716 knit sock. How come you didn't tell me I look like a crazy birthday cake in this shirt colorway? It's really fun. It's got a beautiful springy breen. It's got a breen in it. Yep. It's got a beautiful springy green in it that I thought was fitting for the spring along. So please feel free to enter. Tell your friends, have them enter. Why not? It's spring. Let's be happy, she said on a rather cloudy, dreary day outside my window. But that's okay, because I have to work in a little while. I'm not going to see the weather anyway. But I did want to take this opportunity to film an episode, say hello to you, see what's going on with you. How are you? Are you good? Everything good? Everything's good. That's good to hear. I'm glad. Oh my goodness. So, let's see. I have finished objects. I have two. And one was quite surprising even to me, and I did it. So, I'm going to show you the first one that probably shouldn't be a surprise. I have a finished pair of socks. I was hoping to see my grandmother tomorrow on Mother's Day, but I don't know how it works out that Mother's Day is, it's a special day for you, Mom, and yet it's busy and I have to go 100 places. So I'm hoping to give these to her tomorrow. If I don't see her tomorrow, then I will see her very soon and give these to her then. So I'm really happy with the way they came out. They're not super matchy, but the way the patterning is on the yarn, they're not so different. So that's good. I know sometimes, you're like, I don't care if they match, and they almost look like two different socks the way it works out, but I was really happy with this. I have enough left over to do maybe a small child's size pair of socks. So we'll see what I do with that. I don't know. I'm leaning towards one of those sock yarn blankets that I've seen. You know, you have enough left over, and why not make use out of it? And then it's kind of like a memory blanket too. So we'll see. But these are finished, and I'm quite happy about that. So I didn't finish them in time to enter them into any knit-alongs that I wanted to. But I finished them for May, so I think I will enter them for some May knit-alongs. So that's good. The second thing is something I sort of wasn't anticipating doing, but I tried it. I think I had mentioned before that I participate in the Harry Potter House Cup, and that's every 3 months with a month break in between. So it started up again May 1st. And you read through all the class prompts, and you have to do at least one class every month. So I was going to use the item that I'm knitting for the spring along, as that's what I'll do for my class. But I've been a bit fidgety with my projects. I keep wanting to start something new, but knowing that I shouldn't because I have enough to do. So I decided for one of the class prompts, it said do something that you wouldn't normally do. For dyers, it was, you know, dye in a way that you wouldn't normally dye, or for spinners, spin in a fashion that you don't normally spin. And I was like, well, I don't dye and I don't spin yet for either of those things. I would like to try them someday. So I was like, well, it's tempting, but what would I do? So I decided to try to crochet. So I tried it once. I made a washcloth once, and it was very wonky. I think it went like that. It was not a square. It was a very very wonky square. So I decided, with the abundance of videos and tutorials and everything on YouTube, I decided to just try a granny square, and I am actually impressed that I was able to do this. So if you're a crocheter, this is probably going to look awful, and I apologize in advance, but I was just so happy to actually have something that was square for the most part when I finished that I couldn't help myself. So this is my second finished project. This is my very first granny square. I've been using it as a trivet all week. Because I don't have any other squares, and I don't know how soon I'm ever going to make another one. So it's a bit uneven in spots, and which I would assume is normal. It was really my first real time attempting this. So, but I was pretty happy with it. So I'm going to be turning this in. Oh, you can't see it with the red wall behind me. There you go. So I'm going to turn this in for a class project soon. So that's my second finished object. Before I move on to my works in project, my works in progress, I would like to take a moment to show off someone else's finished objects. So I got a box in the mail. I sent out my swap, and I received my swap. And I would like to take the time to show off my partner's beautiful work, because she doesn't show off enough of her work. You heard me. You need to post more pictures, because you are a fantastic knitter. You're a fantastic knitter. So let me show you. We were only supposed to knit one thing, and it was knit one object, and it was knit an object or send yarn, and then, you know, a set dollar amount of goodies. So she and I talked, and I said, oh, you know, I'd really like a hat, but I can't decide what kind of hat I want. She knit me 2 hats, and they are amazing. So this one I'm not going to try on, and I will explain why in a minute, but look at that. This is the Caroline hat, and the reason that I am not going to try it on, and I did let my partner know this, so She put this beautiful ribbon on it, but it's a little snug on my head, so I can't get it on correctly. So she was nice enough to send the rest of this spool of ribbon, so I'm gonna see if I can't fix it. The funny thing I will tell you about this hat is that, I mean, I look at it and I think it's a very girly hat, but I wanted to see it on someone. So Seamus came home from school and I put it right on his head, and he's like, "Oh, Mama, I like this hat. Can I keep this hat?" I'm like, no, no, no. It's a girl's hat. Maybe that's sexist of me, but really I want the hat for myself. It's a beautiful hat. So that was hat number 1. And I love it. It's actually, I thought this was kind of funny. This is made out of Elsbeth Levold silky wool, which is actually the same thing that I'm knitting my Afric out of. So it was nice to see it all knit up, and she included this amazing lavender sachet that she got. It's local to her. It smells so good. Like the whole box just went lavender when I opened it. It was awesome. So that was that. And then this one, let me see. I like this hat so much. I like this hat so very much. This was actually the hat that I think I had said I was leaning toward when I talked to her. And she said, this is the Camden hat. And it's awesome. I don't know how well, I can't twist my head all the way around, but this is the back. It's awesome. It's so awesome. And I don't usually like myself in hats. I love this hat. I love this hat. If I could see better in here, I would keep it on for the rest of the podcast. But it's beautiful. And I think she's a mind reader, because this is knitted out of Madeline Tosh Pashmina, which I've been drooling over online, a certain colorway of this for a few weeks now. I was so excited when I saw this. So Meg, you did a great job, and thank you so much. And the rest of my box is filled with candles and Lolo bars and local goodies to her, and I even got, I love this, I got a magnet with a TARDIS on it. You can never go wrong with a TARDIS. And a button from her school in her school colors. And I'm very impressed, by the way, that her school has their own gift ribbons. That's impressive. And I'm showing you this box because this was completely unexpected and so awesome. I'm a sucker for miniature things of anything. I should show you. Someday I'll show you. I did a swap about a year ago, and I said, "Oh, I love miniature things and I love cows." And Vicky from the Dragonfly Soars podcast was my partner, and she crocheted me the cutest little cow. It is so cute. But I opened the box and I saw, I don't want to tip them too forward, 2 tiny little knit zombies, and they are awesome. And I am going to try to figure out the best way to make a display out of them, because I want them up where I can see them all the time. They're awesome. So thank you so much. And like I said, she's a fantastic knitter, and she should be having her stuff shown off. So there you go. So that's that. And now I will get to my works in progress. So I finished the socks, and then I kind of took a day off. And the first thing I started back on was my Spring Along project, which is the Spring Seeds neck warmer. And I don't have a ton of this done, which is the right side. Hello. Pardon my ends all over the place. So it's a bit stretched out, but I really like it. I'm enjoying the yarn, the fading from dark green to light green. It's very pretty. Excuse me. So it's coming along. I have to do a few more repeats. By the time I finished this much, it was, I want to say like 1 in the morning, and my brain just couldn't handle reading the pattern anymore. It's really not difficult. It's just, you know, when you've stared at something so long and you're so tired, it's really best to just put the knitting down and step away. So that's what I did. But I really wanted to get back to work on my Afric. So I will show you that. Wow, this is all over the place. So I think the last time I showed you my Afric, I had just finished the tab. Oops, throwing needles around, don't mind me. All right, I had just finished the tab, which was this. I know, so exciting. So it's all seed stitch. And we went to IKEA yesterday, and I made my husband drive so that I could knit. So I would actually have something to show you. So now I have this much. I'm pretty close to finishing all the increases. So, and then pretty much once you finish the increases, it's just straight for, I want to say like 4 feet. So we'll see. It's gonna have the seed stitch border on either side of this stockinette panel, and I know that the yarn is really dark and you really can't see much, but once I transition into the green and the purple that will go with it, you'll be able to see it a lot better. But I'm liking the way that the yarn is working up. It's going to be a little bit looser because I do want to moderately block it just to get the shape of it right, because I'm not enjoying these 2 little bumps here. I don't know if it's just me, the way I knit, or if it's supposed to look like that, but we'll see. So I actually took some graph paper. I measured around me the way it's supposed to go around and then cross you, and it's so many inches, so I've taken graph paper and kind of drawn out how I want the stripes to go when I start integrating the green and the purple. So that will be good. But I have a long way to go and only 6 weeks until the zombie knitpocalypse retreat, which I got my t-shirt in the mail yesterday. I was very excited. Yeah, so that's it. There is a part of me that wants to cast on 45 different things for no good reason, but I'm resisting the urge just in the effort, in the hopes of, you know, getting things done. I need to buckle down and get things done. So that's what's going on. That's what's on the needles. That is what's off the needles or off the hook. So that's about it. I know a few people have posted in the knit along thread what they would like to finish up for the swap, and that's great. I can't wait to start seeing finished projects. I cannot talk today. I swear I could talk earlier today. It's just not working out right now. Yeah, so let me see what you're working on. Post some things in the group. It's been a little quiet. My fault too. I haven't been that chatty. But that's about it for this week. So I want to say thank you very much for stopping by the little house. I hope you have a great week. And for all the mothers and anyone that's mother-like out there, I hope you have a great Mother's Day. And I will see you again next week. Thanks a lot. Happy knitting. Bye.